Dear students, welcome back to the session. In the last session, we have seen the K-map representation and the solvation using three variable K-map. Now, this is the procedure. First, we will plot the K-map according to the number of variables, and then we will represent the ones which are the minterm cells with ones which are represented in the function, in the given function. And in the third, we will check for the pairing. So we will first check the ones which are alone, which cannot be paired with any other ones. And then we will check for the pair of ones. And after that, we will check for quads and octets. And then in the last, we have to read out the terms from the groups here, from the paired groups. And then we will write those terms in SOP form. So this is the given example, that is F is sigma of minterms 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Now we will represent in the K-map as it is a 3 variable function. Because it is up to 7 only, we can take it as a 3 variable function. Taking the variables as A, B, C, zero, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. And the minterms, corresponding minterms are 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So what are the corresponding minterms? We should be representing with 1 in the K-map. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. This is a representation of function in K-map. We have represented with, you can have zeros here, or otherwise you can left empty in these cells. Okay, you can left empty, or otherwise you can put zeros in that. So now we have to pair. Now check for the alone ones. Every one is adjacent to another one, so there are no alone ones here. Now check for pairs. This form a pair. Okay. Now this form a pair, and these three ones are adjacent to each other but cannot be paired, because pairing can be done. Pairing or grouping. This is a very important rule. Grouping or pairing can be done in 2 power n or 2 power I cells combination. Means either the grouping should contain 2 power 0, 2 power 1 cell, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4 and so on. Okay, this 2 power 0 means 1. So alone ones will come in this group. 2 power 1 means 2. So pair, we can call it as pair. Pair of ones. 2 power 2 means 4. This is called as quad. Quad here. 4 adjacent cells which are having ones can be in rectangular form like this, or can be in square form like this. And 2 power 3, that is 8. It can be called as octet. 8 adjacent cells which are having ones. Now, after pairing of these two, this is left over. This one can be paired with this or with this. Okay, we can done in any way. Now, all the ones are paired in any of the group. So, we will read out the terms and then we will write in the SOP form. So, while reading out the terms, each group term can be represented like this: 1, 2 and 3. And each group will give you a combination of variables, or you can call it as a term in the minimal expression, then it is also called as prime implicant. Prime implicant. We can see the other forms of implicant in the next example. So this is the prime implicant. So what is the first prime implicant? The solution will contain 3 terms, 1 plus 2, because these should be written in SOP form, right? So 1 plus 2 plus 3. So the first term, in that first term we will see the common terms which are not changed. So in these two cells, see the first is the combination of 4 and 5 cells, right? So in these two cells, A is common. A is not changed from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. A is common. So A is 1 here, so we take it as uncomplemented form. And in these two cells, what is constant? B is here. In the two cells it is 0, but C changed from 0 to 1. So we should not take the C variable. So B is 0 here in the two cells. So it is in 0 format, means complemented form. We should take it as A, B bar, because B is 0 here. Now in the second term, it contains the cells 5 and 7. So in these two cells, A is common. A didn't change. So A is in one position, means it can be taken as 1, A. And in these two cells, the combination is 0, 1 and 1, 1. So B is changed from 0 to 1. But C doesn't change its position. It is 1 only. So we can take it as C here. And take it as C here. And the third term is here. It is a combination of 2 and 3. In these two, what is the common thing? A is common and it is in 0 form, that is complemented form. So A bar. And in the 3 and 2 cells, the combination of B is 1 here and C changed from 1 to 0. So what is the common term? B. Okay? As we have seen, the common terms are taken and the changed term can be dropped out. The changed variable can be dropped out. So this is the minimized expression for this function. This is the minimized expression for this function. What we have did, we have plotted the K-map according to the number of variables and we have represented the minterms which are presented in the function with ones. And we have checked for the alone one, pair of one and the quads and octets. In this way, we should first check for alone ones and then pair of ones and then quads and octets. And after that, we should read out the terms from each group. We should read out the terms from each group and we should write in a SOP form. We should write in a SOP form. Now we will move on to the another example. There you will understand the full overall concept of a K-map solvation. The next example is to minimize the function f, which is a summation of minterms 0, 2, 4, 6. As it is a 3-variable function, will represent the K-map in 3-variable form. So the 3-variable K-map will be having 8 cells. The variables are A, B, C, and the representation of variable of BC is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. The representation of minterms of cells are 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. Now we will represent the minterms which are present in the function with ones. So what are the minterms presented in the function? 0, 2, 4, 6. So 0, 2, 4, 6. Now function minterm representation is over. Now we have to check for pairing of or grouping of ones. As we can see in the direct view, what you say, 0, 4 can be grouped. and 2 and 6 can be grouped. Of course it is right. But the K-map allows rolling technique. Okay? See, this is the representation of your K-map, 3 variable K-map. And these are the min-term representation. So I represented with a bigger M, but it is a small m. Consider there is a small m. Now, if you can see, this M0 is adjacent to M1, right? And M1 is adjacent to M3. And also, this M0 is represented to M2. M0 is adjacent to M2. Because this K-map can be rolled out so that this M0 and M2 are adjacent to each other. And in the same way, this M6 and M4 can also be adjacent to each other. M0 and M2 is adjacent to each other. In the same way, M4 and M6 is also adjacent to each other. So, in that way, this 0 and see the adjacency can also be formed like this. So, now this M0 is adjacent to 2 and this M4 is adjacent to M6. So, these two are adjacent to these two. So, there is no need to pair up this because this can form a quad here. Quad means 4 adjacent cells. 4 adjacent cells. So, this is one group. So, all the ones are grouped, right? So, no need for another combination. And the reduced form here is 1 that can be represented. See in the in the 4 cells, A is changed from 0 to 1. And BC, you should check BC. B is changed from 0 to 1. So we should not take that. And C didn't change. It is 0 here and 0 here. So we should change we should take the unchanged variable. So here the unchanged variable C and in the form of complemented because it is 0 here and 0 here. So it is C bar. It is C bar. So the equivalent expression, the reduced form of this given function is C bar. Reduced function of the given function is C bar. Now we'll move on to the next example. The next example is to minimize f is a sum of minterms 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 3 variable K-map. Should represent 3 variable K-map. The variables are A, B, C. So the minterm representation is 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. Now what are the minterms present in the function? 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we will group out the terms. Now check for alone ones. There are no alone ones because every one is adjacent to another one. And we will check for pairs now. So this forms a pair. This is one. This forms a pair. This is one. Another one, 2. And this forms a pair, 3. Okay. Now, by the rolling technique, which we discussed in the last minimization example, this can also be considered, right? Because M0 is adjacent to M2. By this rolling, M0 is adjacent to M2. These ones are adjacent to each other. So you can take the pair like this. You can take the pair like this. Now we write out the terms. So what are the minimization expression is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 3 and plus, let's take this rollover combination as 4. So this is 4. So in the first group, what is the first group? These 2 and 3 cells forms a group 1. So in this first group, A doesn't change from 0. So it is A complement. So it is A complement. And in these two cells, what is the common term? B doesn't change. C is changed from 1 to 0. So B is in position of 1, right? So B is an uncomplemented form. So in the second group, A doesn't change from 1. So you can take it as uncomplemented A. And in these two cells, because in these two cells the combination of BC are 0, 0 and 0, 1. So B didn't change from 0 and C changed from 0 to 1. So B is in uncomplemented form. Sorry, complemented form. B is in complemented form because 0. B is 0 here. So B bar. And the third combination, the third term is a combination of this 0, M0 and M4. So in this M0 and M4, A changed from 0 to 1. So A is changed and B, C didn't change in M0 and M4. And these are in the complemented form. So B bar and C bar. And what is the fourth term? It is a combination group of 0 and 2. 0 and 2. So in this 0 and 2, what is the common? A is common in a complemented form. So A bar because A is 0 here. And in these two combination, B changed from 0 to 1. B is changed from 0 to 1. And C is 0 here and 0 here. So C is in complemented form. C is in complemented form. And all these four, so each grouping represents a prime implicant. I said before, prime implicant. See, if you can see from this, if you remember the Boolean algebraic rules from consensus theorem, we can drop out the redundant term. So in that, how the redundant term is found out? If a variable is there, okay, and its complement is there in another variable, if a variable is there and its complement is there in another term, and the third term contains its variable, from the consensus theorem we can drop out the redundant term. So in that, the consensus theorem says that if a term contains a variable and the second term contains the variable's complement and the third term contains the left out literals of these two terms, then the third term can be redundant. So the example is, if AB plus A bar C plus BC is AB plus A bar C. See, from here, the first term contains A, the second term contains the complement of this variable, the third term contains the left out literals of these two terms. The left out literals are BC. If it contains BC, the third term, the third term can be redundant. It can be dropped out. So in the same way, here, so here in these two variables, you can see B is there, B complement is there in the two variables. What are the left out literals? A bar and C bar, right? So the third term contains A bar and C bar. So this term can be dropped out. And the resultant is this one only. So why I did mention this? Because the fourth term, the fourth group which we paired here is a redundant prime implicant. It's called as redundant prime implicant. RPI. And the rest three terms are called as essential prime implicants. EPI. Now we will see what is the prime implicant, essential prime implicant, and the redundant prime implicant. So from grouping of each the grouping of each ones, every group represents a term here in the reduction form, and that group represents as prime implicant. That group is called as prime implicant. And if the group is having ones which are not present, at least one which is not present in another group. If a group contains a one, at least doesn't present in any other group, then it is called as essential prime implicant. See, if you can see, we are having two ones here. In this one is paired up with this group, but this one didn't paired up with any other group. So this is called as essential prime implicant. And the redundant prime implicant means in this group, each one is combined with other groups. Each one is combined with other groups. If you can see, the group forms 2 with 0, right? 2 and 0 forms a group. And this 0, this one is paired up already. And this one is already paired up with this. Okay? Or you can say that the fourth letter is having two ones. This one is already having in second term, and this one we are already having in first term. So everyone in this group is paired up or combined in any other group. Then this implicant is called, prime implicant is called as redundant prime implicant. And this is not necessary while writing the minimized form. This is not as necessary while writing the minimized form. Why? Because I already told that by using Consensus theorem, we can drop out the redundant term like this in Boolean algebra. So in the same way, in K-map, this is redundant prime implicant. So by this example, you might understand how we'll write, how we have to represent the three variable K-map, and how we have to represent a function in three variable K-map, and what are the prime implicants and essential prime implicants, and how we should read out the K-map minimized form. Now, in the next session, we will move on to the four variable K-map. Thank you.